Now, of course, one of the most popular designer fragrances of all time is Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio. That's a fragrance that came out in the mid-90s, composed by Alberto Morillas, one of the biggest perfumers ever, if not the biggest. Here we have an alternative to Acqua di Gio. This one sells for $29. This one from the brand Dossier is called Aquatic Lime. I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this one. Also let you know how close I think it comes to the original, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's episode and I give you my thoughts on Aquatic Lime by Dossier, I'll compare it to the original Acqua di Gio, and I've gone through so many bottles of it. I do have bottles of it in my collection currently. I have the Eau de Parfum, I have flankers, so on and so forth. But I do want to start the video off first by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon and give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really, really mean a lot to me. So, like I said, here you have an inspiration of Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio. Of course, the original sells for quite a bit of money, especially if you're buying it at full retail in a department store. On Dossier's website, you can have this for $29. This is the 50 ml bottle, so that is a very fair price. The concentration is marked at 12%. And of course, if you're not familiar with the original Acqua di Gio, the notes are bergamot, lime, and watermelon in the top, marine notes, jasmine, and rosemary in the mid. In the base, you have cedarwood, oak moss, and vetiver. So really what you're going to get is this aquatic, fresh, oceanic, citrusy, slightly floral, but in a clean way type of a fragrance. This is perhaps the biggest compliment getter on the designer side of things. Of course, you do have other compliment getting fragrances. You have Gucci Guilty, you have Dior Sauvage, so on and so forth. But this came out before all of those, right? So I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this inspiration in just a bit. Let's start things off with a quick look at the presentation first. So right in the opening of this fragrance, it actually opens up really juicy, really citrusy. And for like the first, I want to say 5 minutes or so, I said, wait, am I really smelling Acqua di Gio? Because I feel like Acqua di Gio has that quick evolution, and in a way, it's a lot more linear than the Dossier. The Dossier actually opened up very juicy, very bright, very citrusy, very flavorful, very full. And then after 5 minutes or something like that, you saw that evolution, you witnessed it kind of like, changing and morphing into something else. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is what's happening here. So 4 or 5 minutes later, it becomes Acqua di Gio. So this is a fragrance that smells remarkably similar to Acqua di Gio. I don't have a gas chromatograph at home. I know it's hard to believe. It's very expensive, so I can't reverse engineer this stuff to give you a thorough lab analysis and let you know exactly how close it is to the original as far as the percentage value is concerned. But what I can say is that just based off of the memories that it activated for me, I wore this fragrance a lot towards the tail end in high school. I wore it all throughout college. I've had so many bottles of it in my collection. And what I can tell you is that it activated the same memories. I have the same olfactive roadmap or blueprint when I smell this one as I do with the original Acqua di Gio. So it's very citrusy, it's very zesty in the opening. You have the lime, you have the jasmine, it has this clean floral personality. That juiciness that I was talking about in the opening is probably coming from the watermelon. You do get the bergamot right up on top in combination with the lime, giving it that quirky, citrusy opening. Of course, in the dry down, it does get a little green, but not overly so. I feel like the aquatic and the citrusy elements continue to dominate even hours into the progression of this DNA, but you have the oak moss and the vetiver, and that is kind of the verdant duality that you're going to get in here. The cedarwood contributes to the long lastingness of the perfume, which is good, right? So we want something that's not going to become wispy and ephemeral after 2, 3, 4 hours of use. We want something that's going to linger for 7, 8, 9 hours. And of course, this one is an eau de toilette concentration. It's marked at 12%, which is right along the lines of an eau de toilette if we're being honest. And the original Acqua di Gio is also marked as an eau de toilette. So The performance is comparable. The smell is almost identical. And we're talking about something that is considerably more inexpensive than the original. 29 bucks. I think there's a membership on their website, so you can have it for like 25 or 26 bucks or something like that. If you're really looking to save like $3 or $4, you may do that. But at the end of the day, this fragrance is really, really close to the original. If you're on a really tight budget, I would recommend getting Aquatic Lime over Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio. Unless, of course, the name brand is important to you, then you can get the original and go around saying, yeah, I'm wearing a Giorgio Armani fragrance. So it's all highly, highly personal, but scent is subjective. And I want you to do what you feel comfortable doing. What I'm trying to do here is make you aware of the various options on the table so that you can make an informed and educated decision for yourself. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness and the overall smell, well, as far as the overall smell is concerned, everybody's gonna love this. Everybody's gonna love and enjoy smelling it on you. No rough edges, super mass appealing. You're gonna get tons of compliments wearing this. Of course, it's not an original fragrance, so as far as uniqueness is concerned, 0, right? This is an inspiration of a more popular designer fragrance, but given that parameter, now it's up to you to determine whether or not you want to purchase this one or go for the original in its place. Longevity, you're going to get about 7 to 8 hours on skin, which is kind of on par for an eau de toilette, right? Projection was wonderful for the first hour, and yeah, I would say the first hour it radiated beyond an arm's length, but it became an elbow's length scent right around hour 4.5, a skin scent right around hour 7. Versatility, it's masculine leaning from a traditional vantage point, great for the hotter weather, but if you're wearing it in an office setting, because this is a great office fragrance, of course, you can wear it all year long as you're in a climate controlled environment. You can dress this one up, you can dress this one down, and this one is suitable for anybody of any age. As far as the presentation is concerned, quite minimalist, but like I said in the past and previous Dossier reviews that I've done, it keeps the costs low, and that's better for the consumer. My final verdict on this fragrance is if you're looking for a really, really good alternative to Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gio, not with better performance, but with comparable performance and a significantly reduced price tag, please check out Aquatic Lime by Dossier. I hope you enjoy it. Dossier has a lot of really good alternatives to popular designer and niche fragrances, so I hope you have the chance to check out their vast collection on their website. All of the links are going to be down below. The link to Dossier's website is not an affiliate link. I don't make any money from you making purchases from the website, so I do want to make that clear for you guys. Thanks again so much for joining me today. Thank you for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you took something of value from today's episode. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell icon and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. Love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode. Bye.